On this Silverado, P0068 is a throttle body airflow performance code. In plain terms, the control module is comparing measured airflow against calculated airflow from throttle position and manifold pressure. When those signals do not line up, it may set this code, because it cannot tell which side of the air calculation is wrong. The truck may have a rough idle, reduced response, stalling, or it may simply turn the light on. Possible fault areas often include air leaks, intake restrictions, throttle body condition, MAP or MAF signal behavior, connector issues, or an engine or exhaust condition that changes the airflow calculation. Start with the basic system checks, follow a structured diagnostic approach, and keep the diagnosis aimed at proving which part of the air calculation is not believable. This monitor is not a key-on-only check. For P0068, the engine speed gate is greater than 800 RPM, ignition voltage is greater than 6.4 volts, and once those gates are met, the check runs continuously. The setting logic is based on the MAF and MAP values not matching the calculated airflow based on throttle position. So before condemning anything, keep the code logic in mind. This is a correlation problem between air measurement, manifold pressure, and throttle angle. Put the ignition on with the vehicle in service mode. First, make sure the related sensor reference voltage code group is not set. If any of those are present, do not keep chasing P0068 yet. Handle that circuit problem first. If they are not set, look at throttle body idle airflow compensation. It needs to be less than 90%. If it is 90% or greater, the next path is throttle body cleaning. If it is less than 90%, continue with the throttle control check. Use the scan tool throttle sweep from 0 to 98% and back to 0%. During that sweep, throttle position sensors 1 and 2 need to agree. If they do not agree, move to the throttle position sensor diagnostic path instead of forcing this P0068 test forward. If the throttle sensors agree, check the MAP sensor against the altitude versus barometric pressure range. For that altitude comparison, the actual table values are not included in this path, so pause and use the correct altitude versus barometric pressure values rather than guessing. If the MAP value is not in the correct range, diagnose the MAP sensor code path first. If it is in range, confirm that the GE 52250 variable pressure leak detector is available. If that tool is not available and the return point is unclear, pause, recheck the earlier diagnostic path, and avoid guessing. With the leak detector available, run the component system leak test and verify it passes. If it does not pass, repair or replace only what the failed leak test proves is necessary. If the leak test passes, inspect the air path and related mechanical areas for conditions that could skew the air calculation. That means looking for MAP sensor O-ring leaks or damage, intake air sensor contamination or water intrusion, throttle body coking or loose clamps, moisture or ice restrictions, a dirty or restricted air cleaner, a restricted or damaged catalytic converter, engine mechanical concerns, exhaust leaks or restrictions, cracked or restricted intake ducting or manifold leaks, PCV system leaks or restrictions, vacuum hose routing problems, and vacuum leaks at the dipstick tube or oil fill cap. If one of those conditions is found, correct that condition as needed before continuing. Next, run the engine at idle with the engine at normal operating temperature. At idle speed, the MAP sensor should be 26 to 52 kPa, 3.8 to 7.5 psi, and the value should change with accelerator pedal input. If it is outside that range or does not respond to pedal input, go back to the MAP sensor diagnostic path. If MAP passes, slowly increase engine speed to 3 kRPM and then bring it back to idle. Then review stored data and watch the MAF sensor frame by frame. The MAF value should not spike or drop out. If it does, follow the MAF sensor communication or circuit diagnostic path before calling this a completed P0068 diagnosis. After the category-specific checks pass, reproduce the operating conditions for the DTC. You can also drive or operate the vehicle under the captured conditions from the stored failure data. Then verify that P0068 does not set. If it does set again, go back to the start of the diagnostic path and recheck the earlier results rather than guessing. If it does not set, the result is all okay. After any repair, verify the repair and confirm the code stays gone. The key with P0068 is to treat it as an air calculation mismatch. not as an automatic sensor replacement. Prove the reference voltage side, throttle agreement, map reasonableness, leak integrity, air path condition, and MAF stability in order. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.